hello, 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 hello.
I had a dream that a cat got out, and then like 2 weeks later, that cat died.
Cat Williams?
Nah, he's still going strong. Nina's never died. He's only killed.
Can't kill an icon.
Yeah.
Like Cat.
Yeah, cat.
Cat, Big Pimpin' Williams.
King of the jungle.
Or what was it? What did he, Hustlers or Every Day I'm Hustlin'? Wasn't that his big thing? Where he just did karaoke for the first 5 minutes of his special?
Oh, I don't know that special. I know the Cat Williams special where the start is he's just talking about Jacksonville, Florida for a really long time.
Yeah, this is before that.
Okay. Yeah, this is the start of it. He has a special where the first half hour he plays bocce ball before he starts telling jokes.
It's just him trying to remember cheat codes for Grand Theft Auto 3. How do I get the helicopter?
It's Cat Williams describing the Blur Oasis feud to a child.
I don't know what Suede was doing in all this.
Get Pulp out of here.
Suede, they just playing the hits, and you know what? When they got done with the hits, they pulped it out and they gave it to Pulp.
For once, Cat Williams' crowd is quiet.
What?
What?
You know that big white country across the ocean?
You know how there's like they're like, oh, one reason Steve Martin quit doing stand-up is because people were just yelling out punchlines and everything.
Yeah.
And his audience wouldn't sit and listen to him. And
Did
it's like
every black comedian just be like, "That's my dream"?
No, Cat Williams, he quit stand-up and he puts out, that's his like thing. He's like, I'm up there trying to have a conversation, a dialogue, and impart my thoughts on people, see what their thoughts are. And everyone's just out here laughing, yelling things out. Screaming, fighting.
Dancing in the aisles.
Yeah.
Finding a 5th grader to fight on a schoolyard playground.
I'm up here trying to get the Jacksonville City Department to realize they do have too many bridges or whatever the fuck.
I'm trying to talk to the zoning board.
Yeah. Why do we need a bus with a sail on top? Okay.
Do you think that Steve Martin, if he had ever just like taken that,
I'm not great at examples.
you think if Steve Martin just never taken that arrow off his head, he would have just been like, you know what, I actually like stand-up.
Maybe. See, he probably would have liked stand-up more if he wasn't constantly being shot in the head by angry Native Americans. Fucking, that's what you get for bumping Johnny Mule Deer. He's out there, he's like, fucking Charlie Feathers shot me in the head. Was that his name?
You know what I overheard a customer say the other day?
What?
They said they were a member of
Quit peeing in my Coke.
I overheard them because they were yelling into my face.
Yeah. Sir, A, this is a Sprite.
B,
Native American comedian.
no, he told me, he didn't tell me, I just heard him say it. He said he was a member of the Slapaho tribe.
Oh, the Slapaho tribe. That's,
Bring Cat Williams out to deliver that joke.
I don't think that's a very good joke. That's what he said that to you?
No, I just heard someone say that.
Oh, okay.
What reason would he?
When I was in the middle of West Virginia, I heard some guy. I'm trying to find that Native American comedian who I love so much. I can't find his damn name. I googled Native American comedians.
Alex Raimundo?
But it's just giving me one of those things where it's like, this guy does stand up in the Scottsdale area. Like, it's just some fucking guy's Twitter. I'm like, no, this guy's on Carson. You know what's funny is there's this episode of The Simpsons that I remember as a kid where the Red Hot Chili Peppers are guests. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm going to rewatch that. And then I was like, Whitney, my girlfriend, was like, let's rewatch it. And you'll never guess who the special guest is going to be. And then Bette Midler's in the episode, and Elizabeth Taylor's in the episode. And then Johnny Carson is doing a voice at one point. And she's like, wow, this episode's got a bunch of people. And I'm like,
You're right, I never would have guessed.
I'm like, I guess, hold on. It's 90s Red Hot Chili Peppers.
As much as you never would have guessed, now you're really never gonna guess.
Yeah.
After Johnny Carson, who do you think the next guest is? Oh, not the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Yeah, you never would have guessed.
Now they're popping up. It is great that it's like, imagine me as like, I'm like, oh, I love The Simpsons. Remember that classic episode with where Ernest from Ernest Goes to Camp did a voice? They're like, oh, you mean the one where we had every living president also do a voice? Yeah, but Ernest. He did a gag.
You remember him?
They're like, that wasn't even Ernest.
Yeah, it sounded
like him.
It looked just like him.
You guys got a guy
You drew him really well.
You got a guy who could sound like Ernest, which is still really cool.
That's cool. And you know what?
Eric is doing something with a wire.
Well, I gotta plug my laptop in. No,
I gotta plug in all the mics.
I didn't.
Now that we've built a nice little runway of momentum, let's start the show.
You got a lighter in your pocket?
Funny dinner. Podcast
where we just ask for lighters.
No, I'm all juiced up.
Robe.
Yeah.
The second layer.
Oh yeah.
Usually you want to go most luxurious last.
No.
Or first.
I like pants.
You don't want
belt.
mid-layer robe.
I like my secondary belt to be the one that is just cinched. I like the velvet to be touching corduroy.
It's like a lady
then
who's
my
wearing
skin.
like a lady who's wearing Spanx and then lingerie.
Oh.
And then a very pretty dress.
Yeah, do you think Hugh Hefner was ever walking around?
Because Dan's wearing a very pretty dress.
Yeah, he's a very pretty dress.
He's wearing a gown.
Hugh Hefner's ever walking around, he's got the smoking jacket, and people are like, I thought you were fucking dead. His son's like, yeah, I'm trying to see boobs. I figure if I trick everyone, make them think that if my dad's still alive, I can
see
the
boobs.
lady will show her boobs.
Someone will see boobs.
Someone, for the love of God.
Someone needs to see
somebody.
Some boobs. My father's been dead for years. No one's seen boobs on these.
Playboy. I don't really know what that name means.
Is that Hugh Hefner like trying to get his son to play baseball?
Yeah.
Play, boy.
That's what you say when you toss a kid like a nudie mag. Play, boy. I'm gonna go have sex with your mom.
Fuck your mom.
I want everyone in this house to be coming.
If we don't do it all at once, I can't.
Your mom and I are gonna do the dishes. Why don't you go masturbate?
Why don't you go jerk off?
Honey, you did that backwards. Fuck. Honey, why don't you go do the dishes? Your son and I are gonna go have sex. I mean,
wait, hold on.
I'll mow the lawn.
I'll
you two.
fuck your mother.
Wait, hold on. Hold the fort.
Someone fuck the lawnmower and I'll go buy a pack of cigarettes. Wait, what's happening?
Hold on. The milkman.
Operator.
Hey man, you think the milkman, the people you're ever like, oh look, the milkman's going house to house, and then someone's like, hey, Eric's just leaving. Eric put the mic down and walked away.
Oh, I only took a sip.
Getting an ashtray. Hey, how about an ashtray?
Sure.
And it's a big old.
Couldn't that be any tray?
You know what? If Sir Mix-a-Lot would have been in this marijuana culture, he probably could have sold like an ashtray.
An ashtray.
And it's just a big old butt.
It's a big butt, and you put it out on their brown eye, because then you can't stain it.
Put it out in the brown eye.
This is the sound cigarettes make.
You know, it's a gross song. Brown-eyed girl. Ooh, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember one? Yes.
I do remember.
I remember.
I think all your brown-eyed girls remember.
That's what I was gonna say. Actually, that song was originally Brown-Skinned Girl or something, or like black skin. It was about
Black skin. It was about black.
it was about Van Morrison being like, oh, I love hooking up with the soul sisters. It's like that thing where like white guys in the 60s were like, I'm not racist, I love the jungle mamas. I've got the it's
jungle fever.
In hindsight, it's like that guy was the most racist.
How can I be racist with this mad case of jungle fever?
How can I be racist when I got an afro pick on my balls for you, mama?
Black girl in front of Larry King. I don't even want to know what that cat just did behind me.
Yeah, Van, we're gonna have to we're gonna need you to change that song. Why? You're not okay with a white man dating a black woman? No, it's just we want to be able to play it at weddings, and we feel like at some point,
somewhere you cross the line.
There's a whole bridge where you come out and you're like, I'm that girl's brother, and I approve.
Listen, we don't typically put out quadruple disc 7 inches for singles, man.
Look, as the standards and practices person for Bang Records, I know that's what his record label's called. As the standards and practice person for Bang Records, I typically wouldn't tell an artist to do this, but maybe change the song to be about an ass. Maybe, have you ever heard of anal sex?
I know you fucked black women.
Brown-eyed girl?
But what about
perhaps?
just fucking anyone you want in the ass?
Ooh, my, very specific demographic. That'd be great. More songs should be like Layla's just like, and by the way, I'm an Indian guy, and this is for a Welsh woman. It's like
more love songs should have their races specified.
It's like just specific, like, and we're both Gentiles. Like, oh, I can't relate. My girlfriend's Jewish.
This wasn't mine.
Yeah.
So I'll just listen to Brown Eyed Girl.
Son of a gun. I can relate to that one.
I know all about that one.
Hey-oh. Ooh, my. Laughing and crying and wincing.
Whose idea was this anyway?
In the green grass.
I don't think either of us are having a whole lot of fun.
Na 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 na. Hey, na 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 na. Van Morrison. How fat was that guy?
How fat was he? His name was Van Morrison.
When you were a kid, were you like, Van Morrison?
Was he a transformer?
Fuck that guy. The Doors rule. Hey, do you think Van Morrison is ever I'm trying to think how to word this. I'm trying to think of a way to make it so I'm talking about Van Morrison, but I'm also saying the word doors. As in, Van Morrison like has doors. Because he's a van.
Van Dorison?
No. Open the door. The doors are opening for Van Morrison. That's a great headline. You're trying to. We got this new artist, Van Morrison. We want everyone to think he's real good. Tell everyone doors are opening for him.
Doors are opening for
The
Van.
doors are opening for Van Morrison?
Yeah,
Yes.
they are. He read some books.
The doors are opening.
He's been reading theory. He's ready for revolution. And he killed an Indian guy or something.
Van Morrison. He didn't do that.
Well, he just watched.
What is that from?
From The Doors. From Jim Morrison.
Oh, a Native American man.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Van Morrison. I thought you were going to tell me like...
car?
I thought you were going to be like, you never...
Sarcophagus?
I thought you were going to be like, you've never read Van Morrison's memoir from when he was in the British Royal Air Force? Serving
You haven't read Van Morrison's
in
diaries?
Delhi.
You haven't read Van Morrison's diaries? His time as a patrolman
Yeah.
in the English colony?
Yeah. Oh, great. You know what? I did once try to read a big biography about Van
He killed
Morrison.
an elephant.
Well, that would be awesome. That'd be great because everyone's mad at him now because they're like, he's anti-lockdown.
When was he ever smart, though? I don't understand what portion of Van
Exactly.
Morrison's life people are like, it's not like the good old days.
Anytime when they're like, that guy's a really emotional singer, it's like rarely are they like, and also he's smart.
And he's a chess grandmaster.
Yeah, that guy who's just really good at like putting a lot of emotion into singular words. He's also really good at putting a lot of logic into formulas. He's also good at putting something else into a little brown-eyed girl. Wild night is calling.
I would just love to be like Van Morrison's kid. Now everybody's all mad at him and just being like, yeah. What a dude.
You know, it's ironic. He locked me down as a kid. I couldn't go out on the town. I'm Jerry Seinfeld Morrison. I got a Scottish accent. I'm Welsh.
Almost Scottish Seinfeld.
I'm Welsh. No, man, fucking.
I think we should clarify we're recording this pretty late at night.
I tried to read this Van Morrison. It was like a huge book. I'm trying to brag. I tried to read a huge book.
It was as big as a van.
Hey, it was like a box set. It was a van, and then it had all his records inside. You're like, oh snap, Astro Weeks, and also a tire iron.
Spare tire, spare copy of Moondance.
What an album. Hey man, those are two good back-to-back albums, but I wouldn't mind having those in the front seat of life, so to speak. The headlights got in the way.
I just like to have a brown-eyed girl in the.
Hey, she'll be in the back seat, buddy, taking a nap after the fun we've been having. Also hiding because we're driving in the south and it's the late 60s. No, man. It was a huge Van Morrison like biography, and the start of the book was like, hey man, Van Morrison he doesn't like stuff being written about him and everything, but we got all the truth, even the stuff that he doesn't want people to know.
Yeah.
All right. So when Van Morrison was a kid, he levitated in his bedroom. And then I was like, what the fuck? And then I stopped reading. What the fuck? I stopped.
Opposite of the Carter.
Oh yeah, the least like.
Van is trying to suppress this.
Yeah, Van is trying to suppress this. He doesn't want you to know.
But he's magic.
He admitted once that he had magic abilities as a child.
He did a moon dance.
He did a moon dance.
And it worked.
How pissed was he when, or not pissed?
Did that moon last night?
No, it probably
He's too drunk
confused
to dance.
when he's like, hey, Motown's doing their 25th anniversary. Cool, whatever. And then the next day people are like, moon dance, strike, moonwalk.
Moonwalk.
Michael Jackson did some sort of moon dance. And then Van Morrison's
I don't even
like,
know how to describe it.
Van Morrison's like, I didn't get any fucking money.
Stole my fucking.
They didn't call me up.
No fucking. I can moon dance.
He's like, I'm honored. I didn't have anything to do with Motown. But I'm honored they did my song. Apparently they turned it, slowed it down, made it less of a dance, more of a walk.
Unless.
You think he ever does that? He's like doing moon dance, and he's like, "All right, band, take it to halftime. Let's make it more of a walk." And then all of a sudden, Van Morrison starts sliding backwards.
I would love to watch 70-something-year-old Van Morrison try to moonwalk. just like slides once and like slips on his own sweat.
Yeah.
His dumb hat flies off.
You know what'd be great is take like him or Eric Clapton or one of those like old guys and then just be like from that era, Keith Richards,
Yeah.
and then be like, "Hey man, here's some I just unearthed some old blues you've never heard," and you just play them like Chingy. And then in a year we get like a Rolling Stones album that's just like, everybody in the club's getting tipsy. There's like a guitar. And then eventually they're like, "Hey Van Morrison, you know that song you've been covering?
Covering?
What's that Nelly song?
What's that Nelly?
You know, Roll Out by Ludacris, that old blues song
Roll Up.
you do on your new album. It's actually a late 90s, early 2000s rap song." And then Van Morrison spits out his tea. He's like, "God damn it.
I like Van Morrison.
I only like black people who are dead already."
I like the idea that his hat flies off, and then his wig is just like pieces, like just taped into his hat.
The hat is dangling. The hat is dangling off his head by way of the wig anchor.
They tried to knock it off, but his wig glue is so strong in the back. Kind of flopping around.
No, that is true. I'm thinking about it now because Eric Clapton loves the
And Chingy knocks his hat off.
Chingy knocks us out. Because Eric Clapton loves the blues, but then he's also a racist. But maybe that's why. Maybe he's like, "I love studying black people who are dead already." He's like, "It gives me comfort. The blues gives me comfort because it's all in the past. All this stuff about like people being movers and shakers and everything." Big Bill Brunsey don't got the key to the city no more, thank God. Sorry, highway, key to the highway. I don't want Robert Christgau to beat me up when he listens.
I re-listened to that Eric Clapton racist monologue recently.
You can listen to it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Or
that.
there's at least a transcript.
The 70s one where he's like,
Yeah.
it's one of those 70s things where you use a bunch of words where
Yeah,
you're like, I'm gonna have to Google a lot of these.
I was wondering if you read that to like some like 18-year-old like social justice person now, like would they
They'd be like, "Oh, there's a lot of good band name possibilities in that speech." What was that? Was that guy describing who's playing a fucking Magbar this
That
weekend?
sounds like a sick lineup.
Is that who's playing the Electric Forest? Is that the new lineup of Burger Records? Nah, man. We should play it back real quick just to make sure it sounds good.
I already recorded a bunch. And,
I did about an hour or two, Bill Burr style.
did a little freestyle.
Funny bits.
That was great.
Funny bits.
We just took a minute to reflect on how funny this podcast is.
We've been listening to I said the thing about Hugh Hefner. Here's what I was thinking with Hugh Hefner. You think he's ever walking around and he's got the robe on? Because, you know, he's a playboy. He's the playboy. Do you think people ever like this month in Playboy, it'll be the Playboy, and then you open it up and it's just Hugh Hefner naked in the centerfold?
Just every page, no ads.
I'm the Playboy.
No ads.
No, it's Hugh Hefner. He's walking around and he's got his robe on because he's, you know him, he's Mr. Relaxed, owning a media empire. And doing a thing at having sex as an old man in a way that makes his heart probably stronger than fucking Lance Armstrong. But nonetheless, that lazy guy, he's got his robe on, and then someone, I don't know, something happens. He spilled some hot tea.
Cocoa?
Van Morrison.
Did he spill cocoa?
Van Morrison spit his tea onto him, and then. So then he's fucking, Hugh Hefner's like, "Oh, I better take my robe off real quick, sorry." And then he has a full business suit on underneath.
Let me get relaxed.
And they're like, "Hugh," and he's like, "Well, it's a business meeting." The robe is just part, you know what I mean? It's like for show.
It's for show.
You don't think Superman wears a sweater underneath when it's chilly? Sorry, I'm moving slow. I have long johns underneath. I can't move my body fully because it's chilly. I've got mitts.
That's Superman's kryptonite?
No, I was doing Batman there.
Oh, okay.
Who's Batman's girlfriend?
Harley Quinn? I don't know.
Harley, can you use my GPS? I have mittens on. I've been standing on top of Gotham. It's chilly. We're a harbor city. Everybody knows
We're the
that.
windy city.
Everybody knows we're a harbor town.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
That would be great if one day they're just showing a map in like a DC movie. I guess they never show maps of like America.
No. Well, yeah, they probably do. I don't know.
They must just never point where.
You watched the Marvel movies more recently than
Those are Marvel. Marvel
DC ones?
Marvel has no. I'm not watching DC.
I was going to say, I'm not a...
Yeah, I'm not a 14-year-old.
I'm not a 14-year-old in China.
I'm not a kid who got dropped off at the movies while his parents fight at Olive Garden. I'm not gonna go see a DC movie.
Find a way to yell over an Auntie Anne's.
What am I, a comic who doesn't have a car on the road, working a club next to a... This sounds very specific.
What am I,
we all know these.
crying? What am I...
What am I, Ronan in Wichita, bored out of his mind? No, man. Marvel, they'll be like, it's in New York. They go out of their way to do that shit. They'll be like, that thing that happened in New York. That's how they describe.
9/11?
Exactly. That's how they describe the thing from Avengers, like all the shit. The like first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
So then there's stuff in other movies where people are like, what if what happens in New York happens again? And like little kids will be like, Iron Man, tell us about New York. And like shit like that. You know, the way they run up to Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
What did the scream sound like, Mr. Buscemi? You know Paul Giamatti was in Skull and Bones?
The Society?
Yeah, like the Yale Society. The Society. Secret Society.
That band's gotta exist. Someone's name in the Society. Society.
Skull and Bones Society. There's Herbert Walker Bush with a big fucking checker fedora. Damn trumpet.
Guy's offended years later. He's like, listen, skanking. Do you know what skanking is? It's not what you think.
I heard that all of our anyone has been president has had to have sex with a prostitute in front of other people. They call it skanking. No, that's sweet. No.
Listen, I wish it was that.
If only.
God.
No, for real. George W. Bush, he and his dad remembers. That means his dad watched him skank. Because they remembers. His dad said he wanted to watch his son's initiation.
Yeah.
That's why if someone brings up Skull and Bone, they're like, I don't remember the name of the thing, but whatever the Ska Illuminati or whatever the fuck.
Society?
Secret Society. You'll be on like Ted Koppel and they'll be like, John Kerry, were you a member of the Secret Ska Society? And then he'll be like, let's go. And he's got to get up, get up, and get go. Yeah, that's a thing with like if you're a member of Skull and Bones and someone asks you about it, you're supposed to like leave the room, or if someone like brings it up. But that would be very funny because a lot of those people have been like presidents.
Just talking to...
Just like if you're doing a meeting, you're like the Russian prime minister or some shit.
Yeah, Putin's just like...
Putin gets invited to the Oval Office for some sort of summit.
Yeah.
And then he says, oh, I like to pick it up, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, he opens some weird drawer with a fedora in it.
He puts on a fedora and starts doing some weird duck walk out the room. And then Putin's like, awesome, I have... How long is beer by Real Big Fish? 3.5. I got 3.5 minutes to find the red phone. Thank God for the secret society at Yale. I mean, it makes sense because you got Eastern elites, mighty mighty boss tones. Old time East Coast elite.
East Coast money. Came over on the Mayflower.
Yeah. I mean, even the name, the Boss Tones.
The city's named after them, you know?
Yeah, man. It's fucking, they're powerful. You gotta be careful or they'll send the Dropkick Murphys to get you. It's a shame there wasn't like East Coast, West Coast ska like murders.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Mighty Boss Tones just kills the guy from Real Big Fish.
Yeah. My boss, Dickie Betts. No, Dickie Barrett. Dickie Betts from the Allman Brothers.
He can be involved.
Dickie Betts is up there at the Grammys, and then Dickie Barrett walks up.
He's protesting the lack of ska representation at the Grammys.
If y'all tired of Gwen Stefani popping up on stage, doing features, hopping up in your music videos, come over to Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, East Coast. You ever see a ska band live?
Yeah.
Who you seen?
I saw a music industry.
Oh.
Ska band.
I guess so.
I saw...
End of show. You're supposed to give a joke answer. Or you're supposed to... You haven't seen The Specials? Let me tell you, they were moldy. Gordon wouldn't have liked them.
Oh.
How's this for do you think that's Gordon Ramsay's favorite band?
Which one?
The Specials.
We lost all that. That's
I know. No, I actually listened to Gordon Ramsay's Desert Island Discs. You know that show?
Yeah.
Well, it's Gordon Ramsay naming his 5 albums and then talking about his life. And you're thinking Gordon Ramsay, who knows whatever the fuck. But he probably has something interesting tastes. And then he's like, number 1, the first song I chose, I listen to every day after shift, Coldplay, Yellow. And then it cuts to Yellow, like it's playing, all of a sudden it's playing Yellow on the thing. And he's
That's funny.
And then his other song was just like, my dad knew this girl and I thought she was cute. And she was a pop singer, so here's her song. And then it's like, what the fuck are his other songs? His third song just gonna be like, here's the British national anthem. Number 4 is a song I sing to myself called I Like to Cook. Number 5 is, of course, Wonderwall. Always.
Just Coldplay Yellow again.
Like, those are the worst. It's like, have you ever heard music? I was joking about it, like, I was listening to my girlfriend, I was like, oh man, he's probably just gonna like, his next song will just be like, this is the song I lost my virginity to. And then sure enough, it's some random song where he's like, a lady and I heard this once on a date.
Late at night, alone in a bed.
And just like, he's like, I've chose Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye because it makes me think about sex. Gordon Ramsay's final desert island pick, Hungry Heart by Bruce Springsteen. I like to think he's a customer singing to me. Everyone has a hungry heart. No, man. Gordon Ramsay, he will live on in all of us. He's great, man. His icon guy quit when he was like 30, his teacher. And then he was like, fuck this, man. Being the best chef in the world is not worth it.
Yeah.
And then Gordon Ramsay is like, no, I'm going to keep going.
I'm not going to listen to your advice.
I'm not going to listen to your life advice. But also it's like, but I guess Gordon Ramsay gives back because he's like, owning your own restaurant isn't the thing. Yelling at others is the... Because we all remember in in Buddhism, they say yelling at others is the way to happiness.
Anger is the only true way to the path of enlightenment.
Through anger, we
all become one.
Truly the best. That really was one of his songs, was that song that goes, "You're simply the best."
I can just imagine him making a crepe to that.
Yeah, no, he said he chose that because it's what, when he used to play football, that's what they would play when his team would run out. So it literally was like just any. He's like, oh, my other song is.
These are literally just any song that. Are these the five songs he's heard?
Like,
None of these have any importance.
Thank God you didn't ask me for a sixth.
Imagine if I just stretch that.
Well, I have a dog, so I guess how much is that doggy in the window?
I don't know, it's December, so I guess Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle Bell Rock.
I'd like hearing that in the winter time.
I rather like it.
I enjoy Jingle Bell Rock during the month of December.
And then I make some music podcasts where I introduce Gordon Ramsay to music. And then he's like, trout mask replica, they can't even get real trout. Oh man, imagine how much Gordon Ramsay would hate the Frozen soundtrack. I hope we don't lose this episode. That could be a tweet. No, man. Gordon Ramsay. I've been watching too much. I've been watching Hotel Hell, which is great. You ever watch Hotel Hell? You don't like it?
That one's always way too depressing.
Oh, it's very depressing. They always show his ass, though. Have you seen enough to know that?
His ass?
There's always each episode has an ass shot of him getting into a shower, or the tub, or whatever, to the point where like it must be a thing in production where they're like, where does cockpiece go? Like where'd Gordon's front harness go? And where it's bath time.
We gotta do the bath shot.
No, there's so many. It's in every single episode they show it. It's wild.
I've only seen clips from the hotel.
Okay. It's
and
great.
I think the only full episode I've seen is the one with the lady is like, yeah, shit all over the floor, but I don't know, I kind of cleaned it up.
I clean it up.
I cleaned it up a little bit.
The guests love it.
It's cool.
Oh man.
It's just part of the character.
No, hotels are great. Gordon Ramsay's insane. Have you seen his other show where he goes? It's called 24 Hours to Hell and Back.
No.
He pulls up to a restaurant. He goes in disguise.
Oh yeah, disguises are the worst.
There's one episode we watched. He's in Maryland and he's going around with the town historian who has like a beard and he's like bald. And he's got like a little hat. You know how like an East Coast historian would look. Yeah. So obviously Gordon Ramsay's disguise is a big beard and bald and and it's like is he just fucking just making fun of these other people?
And his masks are always like...
It always looks insane.
In what world?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It'll be like, all right, so we're here in Missoula, Montana. I'm going into Rick's Barbecue. I've got my disguise, which is a Trump hat, a shirt that says, I'm fucking my daughter, with an arrow pointing next to me. We've hired an actress who's younger
and a Confederate flag.
I've painted a Confederate flag on my face. I'm just trying to blend in.
Just want to blend in with society here in Atlanta.
I'm mixing of flavors.
And me here in downtown Atlanta.
No, man, but Gordon, he comes in, and then he's like, this place sucks. All right, hold up. And then he starts like taking off his mask, and then everyone's like, oh my God, that guy's Gordon. Because they already knew him. They already were like,
whoa.
They were already like, oh, that's who that guy is. Everyone already was focused on that guy.
That's clearly not him.
What are we about? Is Tyra Banks about to teach us what it's like to be a fat white historian in Maryland or some shit? Are these two people doing some
Would
sort
you
of...
have treated me the same way if I was?
Are these two people breaking from lunch from another production? Were they doing some sort of like twins, stunt double type situation? And now they're just like, let's go to the bistro. No, man, Gordon, so he goes, hey, this place fucking sucks. That's his catchphrase. And then in each episode he kicks a chair into somebody, and then that's sort of the like, you know, as a fan you're like,
there's that moment.
There's like a YouTube all of the chair kicks.
Oh no, the person who runs the like Hell's Kitchen and all that shit, their YouTube page is great.
Oh no, it's incredible. They have all the episodes uncensored.
They really know what they're doing over there.
You know, I will say
Let's
this.
hire them.
We should.
We could poach the Kitchen Nightmare YouTube channel people.
You cannot do riffs every week.
No fresh riffs every week.
No fresh riffs. Now, man.
You need reefs need to sit.
They do that shit. A lot of the shows they'll be uncensored now because they can do on streaming.
Yeah. And
on Kitchen Nightmares uncensored, the audio will be uncensored, but they'll still blur out the mouth.
Lillard.
But then on the flip side, a year or so ago, I was watching like Rock of Love and all that shit, and it's all uncensored now, which I didn't think anything of it. But then you're just constantly seeing like ladies like assholes and like everyone's tits. And
Rock of Love?
Yeah, oh yeah, Rock, because everyone's a dirty old hooch.
Yeah, that's true.
But then it's great because it's like, well, not great, but there's a lot of ladies where it's like, they're like, I'm a single mother of 3, and then their boob will fall out while they're like fighting with somebody. And then it's like, well, I'm now seeing Crystal's boob, but Crystal didn't want that. She didn't she didn't know that 30 years from now
it would be fine.
Yeah. That's great. It's like you make it and then you're like, well, it's not like in 20 years if I have a kid, they'll be able to click on it instantly
just immediately
and find an uncensored version.
It will be easy and free. Yeah. Anyone can find it.
Look, it's not like in 20 years when my kid grows up, it will be even easier to watch Rock of Love than it was at the time.
Rock of Love is on like every day, and still no one's seen it. No one's noticed I was on it yet.
Yeah.
Surely.
No, man, Gordon Ramsay, he's great. No, what do you think of this? I think he's got like, there's a guy who keeps like chatting up the tables.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you turning tables or turning tricks? I still love the Michelin Man. Was that on the episode I got deleted? I think that was the one before.
You gotta know everything about tires.
It's just... You look less like the Michelin chef, more like the Michelin Man. No, man, he's Gordon Ramsay. He's gonna show his boss who made him cry. That guy made him cry and hit him a bunch. Gordon mentioned that.
He's just like an abused child.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
But you know what? He blossomed into it.
Yeah.
You know?
He really filled out the shape.
Yeah.
I like him too because he looks kind of like a Gerber baby. Like you can see someone doing some Botox and like make him a red nose. That is a great ongoing thing, is ladies trying to like smash Gordon.
Oh, all the owners want to fuck him.
Gordon, now that you fixed my steakhouse,
Why don't you fix my pussy?
I wouldn't mind you staying at my house. No, man, getting in Gordon's face, going, you get the beef or whatever the fuck. I still love this episode where he goes, he finds a big dirty old piece of meat.
Yeah.
And then he's like, this is disgusting. And then the chef's like, that's mine. And then Gordon's like, it's moldy. And he's like, no, that's not for the customers, that's mine.
Listen.
Gordon's like, you need to throw this out. He's like, you can't throw that out, that's mine.
It's my food. can fucking keep rotten meat in there if I
It's
want.
mine.
I'm not giving it to anybody.
Yeah. I have a lot of rotten food, man. They come back.
That would be great. Someone should do that during like a health inspection. Just be like, no, that's for you.
Nope, that's for me. The health inspector's like, well, you need to get your own mini fridge. They come back, you have your own mini fridge for that meat. So it's separate.
Well, I keep the fresh meat in the mini fridge. I got way more rotten meat than fresh meat.
I think this part got cut, man. But there's that classic episode where Gordon's like, they're all in the kitchen, and then Gordon looks over and he's like, what is that? And they points like a big lump of brown stuff on the line. And then the line cook goes, that's shit. And then it cuts, and then Gordon goes, this is fucking shit on the line. And then it cuts to the owner and the talking head, and he goes, I agree, that's unacceptable. No excuse for that.
No excuse for that one.
And then that's like a huge. One of the line cooks quits over it.
If I can't shit on the
line, I'm trying to make the burger. Just time out, everybody. Give me 30 seconds. I'm trying to make them 30 seconds. Service is falling apart. Just shit it's shit next to like a ramekin with some mayo, and then there's like a thing of lettuce. One of those things, not ramekins, but the silver things that they go into the line.
Like a hotel pan?
No, like the pans that you keep the food in on the line.
Yeah, like a pan.
Just a pan, I guess.
Like a
square pan.
Yeah, hotel pan.
Just next to it. Just on the line.
Just in between, like the intersection of like three of them.
Yeah.
Just a big pile of shit.
When the customers see our new menu, they're gonna shit themselves, and not on the line.
And not on my line. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not since Gordon came in.
And then it's the whole thing where he's walking away, and the credits are coming up, and he's like, shit on the line.
3 months later, Gordon took the
Belongs in
restaurant
the
again.
toilet.
There was shit all over the
I was laughing. It's just Gordon. Like, the show's like back in the day. Like, it's like a little bit more in the past. And it's like, today on Kitchen Nightmares, Gordon visits a gay restaurant. And it's just like, it's a restaurant with 2 men who own it, who are like dating. And then Gordon keeps trying to get them to like, you need to date women. And they're like, we're not making those kinds of changes, Gordon. But then ultimately, they all find a thing that works. They stay together.
Yeah.
Gordon agree, they're pulling it through. And then Gordon's like doing the walking away. He's like, but ultimately I think gay street I don't know what the name would be. Just whatever name, the coffee cup or whatever. It'd have whatever name. It doesn't have to have like a pun of a name. It's not like other places are called the Penis and Vagina Express. Straight subs.
Oriented Straight Express.
Straight pasta only. No, then he's walking. He's like, I think Olive Street Cafe is gonna make it. 2 men. That's his little last word. That's his little like.
2 men.
Has the credit like the way that in other episodes he's like a chicken palm slider, grilled romaine,
Cream cheese and sushi.
Now the only shit we'll be serving
is my shit.
Stop. The waitress is like at a table. We're actually not going to be serving any more food tonight. Someone shit on the line.
Shit all over the line.
And then you get the table talking to each other, and with what they put the
Did
little...
they tell you that they got shit on?
No, it's just the table just goes, shit on the line? And then it cuts to another lady goes, she makes a face. I always love the...
She's getting pepper cracked onto her salad.
I always love when they shut down the kitchen and then people are like, we aren't going to serve any more food. And they're like, well, will the appetizers we ate make us sick? Because that is really funny to just give people no information. Just abruptly be like, you know what, everybody out.
Well, I ate the bread.
Everybody out.
Was the butter okay?
Why do we all have to leave? Gordon's playing yellow. He's saying he's drunk. You do accounting, right?
Yeah, I was doing the books.
I do the books. You know what I do? First thing I do when I get a job, I go, where's your accounting department? And then they go, oh, this is Gary. And then I go, Gary, you're the accountants? Well, you're going to get a bigger calculator because I'm about to make you all a lot more money. I go, you're going to need to add some zeros.
You guys are going to be selling whole cows while I'm here.
Because I'm about to add a lot more profit.
Fuck this sandwich bullshit. You guys are selling pigs.
We're about to make a lot more profit.
We're going to turn this whole restaurant into a slaughterhouse. Fuck all this barbecue bullshit. It's already a basement. Let's turn it into a meat locker, baby.
That'd be great to be like...
You know what the worst part about this beef is? The customers.
Do you think people do bits like people are ever like it's the Arby's CEO? Like Arby's is doing a board meeting.
Yeah.
And then they're like, how are we going to cut down on costs for meat supply? And then you're just like, we can kill our customers. Fucking...
What if we had less customers?
Roast those big... No, I mean eat them. Roast those big old beef boys.
Those hogs up.
And they're just like... You're doing you're like, oh yeah, get a letter of recommendation for my old job or over CEO's work. They're like, oh, Kevin, he used to work at Hewlett Packard. He's hilarious. You come in a helmet and a suit holding a skateboard. He's got knee pads on and he goes, I thought this was a half pipe industries. But it's Hewlett Packard. Well, now I understand. Now I'm less looking forward to the grind you were all talking about.
It's not a 9 to 5. I thought that was like a 900 to a 50-50 or something.
I thought I was
doing sick combos.
I thought a 9 to 5 grind was like the 9 gap to the 5 stair or something.
I wanted the manual through the day. You know what I mean?
I thought HP stood for Hawk Pro. They're like, you already said half pipe.
Well, listen, it doesn't seem like it means half pipe anymore.
Well, listen, fellas. No, I mean, I'm doubling down on Hawk Pro. Now that I learned it's not half pipe, my brain still don't buy this Packard Hewlett thing.
Packard what?
Packard what? Packard what? I hardly know Jennifer Love Hewitt. Hewlett Packard. I thought this is where we all have sex with the ghost whisperer.
Oh my god.
Hewlett Packard. That's what I called Jamie Kennedy. Wait, who'd she date? She dated some guy.
Yeah.
That's what I call Harry Dean Stanton. Stevie Wonder. Who'd she date? No, man. So what happened to work?
Oh. This is fucking there's like a fork on the ground and boss man comes in and is like,
oh my god.
And he's like hey man, this is on the ground, man. And he took it and then he went, oh thanks man, and threw it in the garbage.
You're not trying to wash no fork that's found on the floor. Shit's whack.
I've just never seen.
So your manager wanted him to wash it?
I mean, as a dishwasher, I feel like this is kind of part of your
Nah. Part of being a dishwasher is quality control. You're the first and last line for like chipped plates, knowing what cup is never gonna get polished.
He understood that fork was done, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he knew better than anybody.
That's true. He's got a better relationship with those knives and forks.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, it's me. Okay, I have the hiccups, so I'm doing too much setup. Eric, usually he felt that through the computer. No, so it's you're a server. You're calling your home. You're like a teenager. Mom, I don't know when I'm gonna need a ride home. Gordon Ramsay keeps making me roll silverware, and he keeps yelling at me, and he keeps going, again. I've been doing it for 4 hours. He keeps asking me if I even care about this place, and I keep saying no.
I don't. I don't care about Steak and Shake.
It's Steak and Shake.
Knocks all your silverware.
Yeah. Polish the straws. No, man, he's a good guy. No, his show, 48 hours to 24 hours.
24 hours to disaster.
He pops up and he goes, it's me. he does a dog bark. What do you guys say? All right.
And back to human talk.
She's wagging her tail. I'm putting the mic in a dog's face.
I mean, when is there going to be a podcast for dogs?
Well, I'm going to do this thing. Tell a classic one-liner.
I got nothing, man. I had something.
Gordon. No, so he pops up and he goes, this place is fucked. It sucks and shit. You guys all fucking suck.
I hate all of you.
No. He's like, man, this place stinks. We got a lot of stuff's dirty. Real fast kitchen nightmares. Let's do it. Just do a quick thing. All right, and now everyone come out front. Whoa, there's a big old bus thing, like a semi thing, and a clock. And then Gordon's like, we gotta save this restaurant. It's gonna take a lot of work. So obviously the best way to do it, I'm gonna put this big clock up here, and in the next 24 hours that none of you were necessarily expecting was gonna be a thing, I'm gonna take this restaurant to hell and back. And then the clock starts, and then people are like, well, I have fucking kids.
Well, hold on.
Like, I'm primary care for my grandma. I gotta go home, man.
I gotta go home. I gotta change, Grandma.
I got stuff to do.
Someone, I mean.
Gordon, I got a date tonight.
Gordon, I was gonna finally fuck that dishwasher.
Gordon, I have another job. But
Gordon, do you really think I was making a living off of this place that you're about to rescue? I've got another job.
So in 24 hours, Gordon's like, oh, we're scraping the walls, and then I'm teaching on his little semi. He's got like a cooking thing.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna teach you how to. I'm gonna teach boot camp. But throughout the show, people just keep yawning. I'm wanting to talk with these damn hiccups, but I'm not on a show. This is just a conversation.
I'm not Gordon Ramsay's protege.
I'm not Marco Pierre White Jr. in a roundabout. Teacher becomes the student. No, man, but he's like, we got 24 hours, and everyone's like tired, and then he keeps being like, I know you're tired, but we've got to pull through this. And they're like, no, I agree. I'm not.
I'm still just tired.
I just think it'd be easier if I could sleep. And then there's this one episode where he's trying to save
Lillard.
He's trying to save a whole town. So he's like trying to save 3 different places. And then he's like, and this time, man, we're throwing out the clock. You got a week, because we need to make this work. And then it's like, if you're one of the other shows where you're like, oh, so I guess you didn't care about Fetch's Bistro. He gave us 24 hours, some sort of gimmick.
I was coming off a double.
Which, let's be honest, that's just Gordon Ramsay being real coked up with Fox. And he's like, Kitchen Nightmares isn't a challenge anymore. I can do this shit in an hour. I can do this shit. Give me 1 day.
1 day.
One day, motherfucker.
That's all I need.
What do you need to do it? A semi.
That's it.
A semi that has like a
hot plate,
cooking auditorium in the back. And a big old clock. And costumes. Gordon just trailing off. Costumes.
I gotta have a big nose. Big
A
giant
theme
nose.
song that sounds like, oh, Mickey, you're so fine, but also Miserloo.
And I want to prank him.
Now, there's one I watched earlier where Gordon was very annoyed that a man had a good sense of humor. Because Gordon would be like, this hotel is like not doing well. And the guy's like, you're telling me, I'm the one who looks at the books. And then Gordon's like, the fuck? That's not a response. Oh my god, I saw this great response the other day where it was like he's talking to some like piece of shit server, and they're like, all the food is frozen, and she's like, yeah. And then
This place sucks.
this is the Antarctica Cafe.
Yes, our penguin meat is frozen.
Fans, we can't really get
Let's
it.
try and find raw.
It's fresh frozen. No, this girl's like, yeah, all of our food's frozen. And then he's like, what do you think these customers would say if they found out this was frozen food? And then she's like, I think they'd be very surprised at how good we are at cooking frozen food. And she's like, got him.
Gotcha.
She's got the face of, yes. She's got the face of, here comes my spinoff. Tatiana, the server.
Tatiana on True TV. In between the first 18 episodes of Impractical Jokers and the last 18. Tatiana, the server. Here I come.
What will you be having?
Lunch shift.
That's
Then she gets a daytime special.
That's her bus ad. What will you be having? It's her cross-armed.
She's holding a tray up or something.
Yeah. I would watch that reality show where people are just serving.
Like live PD, but just live PD, but some drunk server trying to remember a fucking daily special.
That'd be amazing.
Some server.
It just cuts over all of a sudden to like a Fort Wayne and Outback, and you're like, what the hell's going on here? And then you're like, you see a guy bring some bread to a table, you're like, why'd they cut to this shot? And then you're like, oh my god, that's ranch, not butter.
It's gonna be so gross.
Oh man, the table's not realized it yet. Oh,
I gotta stick around.
this is awesome.
Gotta see what happens when they taste that ranch on that breadstick.
Wait, where now? Where's it going now? Oh my god, the hostess is drunk.
She's
this Philly cheesesteak.
she's crouched underneath the host stand eating a Philly cheese.
You see like a 4-way shot where it's like 4 mini screens and it's just 4 different fights at 4 different Philly cheesesteak places. Live server, man. No, dude. I watched this thing you're talking about, people dropping stuff on the floor. It was like an Indian chef, and he didn't really speak English that well. And he dropped a chicken wing on the floor, and then he picked up and threw it back in the fryer in front of Gordon, like directly in front of Gordon.
Yeah.
And then Gordon's like, "Excuse me, like what the fuck?" And then the guy goes, Gordon's like, "Did you just drop it on the floor?" And the guy's like, "Yeah." And then Gordon's like, "What the fuck?" And he goes, No, it's okay. I put it in the fryer."
I put it back in the fryer.
And then Gordon's like, "What?" And he's like, he like does the thing where he like pulls Gordon like to the side, and he's like, "It kills the germs."
But isn't that true? Come on.
Which that would be, it is true. But that would be great to watch. Like, there's some deleted scene where Gordon's like, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I add butter to the buffalo sauce because it helps it like stay on the wings a little bit better." And Gordon's like, "Huh."
Cool.
Go on. Go on, man.
What else is going on over here?
I love to learn.
It's dope. just with a Hooters apron on, like, really?
Hey man, there's this one where Gordon he's changing up the restaurant a little bit, and this guy thought he was cool, and then Gordon was like, "We're gonna put fried wings on the thing." And the guy's like, "I'm not frying chicken wings, man. I might as well, unless we got people put on orange shorts." And then it was like kind of like, what the fuck was that? And then later Gordon's arguing with him, and then the guy's like, "If we're gonna cook chicken wings, I might as well just go work at Hooters and have everyone wear orange shorts." And then
just to clarify.
Exactly, he like workshopped it. You're like, that line cook workshopped his comeback. Man, these hiccups are out of control.
I just want to clarify.
Did it pick up?
I don't know if it did.
Nah, man. I might as well go put on orange shorts.
I might as well just go put on some orange shorts myself. Fucking go serve some chicken wings.
Serve Hooters or something. It is great. It's like you find out there's just like one server that he like thought was cute, and he's like, "No, like maybe Sharon should put on like."
Why isn't just one of them?
Specifically Sharon.
I mean, I'm just picking a name out of a hat.
What
in
if
my
only
mind.
Sharon served the chicken wings?
Alright, fine, I'll fry the chicken
I'll
wings.
stay on. We can make some kind of compromise.
Sharon only serves chicken wings and she wears shorts.
And I stay.
And I'll make them.
And Bertha can. I'm gonna find I want to like adopt like a this is about to sound insane. I think I want to adopt a hot baby. But no, it would be a baby that I know would be hot.
Oh my god.
No, but you name him Bertha. It's like a social experiment.
I do think about that sometimes, about giving my kid like an ugly name, like if I had a child. I think it's good for character, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, they did the opposite thing when they named Paul Giamatti. Paul Giamatti. You got Timothy Chalamet and Paul Giamatti are playing lovers.
Fuck.
And then Zendaya.
Sideways 2.
She's working at the dang accounting office because this movie's going to be such a hit. We need more people to put digits on the board. That'd be great to imagine. Hollywood gets so busy that in some capacity that people are like, yeah, I actually just I work on computers doing CGI. Like Dak Shepard, some middle like the road actor. They're like, I can actually make more money doing that.
I figured it out. I mean, I used to hang out.
I can get really good office jobs because everyone knows who I am now.
I got a great receptionist job.
So I'm the head of parking operations, which really just means I'm the one who hires like the people who run like the booths and everything. And like, yeah, I just hang out up here.
That's how Dax makes a living.
Yeah. One of those Hollywood elites.
This glorious parking job.
Some guy who's like, I organized the coffee delivery to the Warner's lot. You might know me better as Thomas Hayden Church from Sideways.
Or Sideways 2
Sideways 2.
with Timothée Chalamet.
That Norm interview where I don't understand what's going on. Do you think that's ever happened? As people are ever like,
I'll show you some pictures of my ranch sometime.
No, it's someone's literally like, I would love to have some mountain Wyoming, Montana property. What's available? There's only one place. Hidden Valley Ranch. Well, I don't want to. Oh, you can't change the name. It's like a geography thing.
It's a landmark of sorts.
It's like oh fuck.
Well.
Ah, damn it.
I don't want to seem like a hack every time I tell someone what the name of my ranch is.
I bought Paul Newman's ranch. That must be some comics joke from like 1987. I'm doing pretty well. I just bought Paul Newman's ranch. I'm making a salad.
Hey!
We're like, yeah, it's kind of what we assumed.
You look dirty.
You don't look like you have ranch. You don't look like you have a Hollywood icon
Poke on your
ranch.
nose. Poke on your nose.
You're standing in front of a paper printout of a brick wall that is over a brick wall. You ever meet any celebrities? Dude, Lillard, chill out. I wanted to say I got the hiccups. She's maybe she has the hiccups.
Maybe she gave you the hiccups. Were you guys making out?
I was.
It's a lady dog.
That is what I usually. I'll go to the bar and I'll just be like, "Give me a kiss." Give me a kiss. I'll sort of point to like my chin. Give me a kiss. Go on, you know kisses? Do you know kiss?
You know kiss?
Do you know kiss? Oh, yeah. Oh. I got a pocket full of fun-sized Snickers. You're giving them out.
We're over to the other side of the bar.
Good girl.
Look at her go. Oh. Disgusting.
Yeah. And then you get them on a leash. No, man. Dogs are a whole nother breed.
It's true.
Yeah, all right. No, there's some phrase I thought of earlier. Oh, what do you think of this? Because I was making a lot of goofs earlier. And I was saying, hey, man, toss me back in the oven. I'm in rare form.
Right. I'm proud of you.
What does that mean, rare form?
I don't know. Is it like a Pokemon thing?
Yeah, it means my card is written in Japanese. There's a misprint. People are like, that guy's in rare form.
And I'll give you $2.
What? Here's how about this? Here's another phrase I was thinking. Talk to the hand. What do you think that's about? Any theories as to what's going on there? Over at Big Sass head office. On the talk to the
I'll
hand.
admit I'm not bringing much, but it's got to be one of the most nonsensical questions.
Talk to the hand. What's going on? You don't know. Here's my theory. I think somebody one time was like, I don't want to keep talking to this person.
So I got a hand.
No, they took 2 little markers, drew it on their hand, and then made the little like hand face. And then they just sort of walked up and like hid. Like behind
There were a lot
tree.
more bushes back then.
Yeah,
Bushes.
they were
and
like in a
trees.
bush. They're like, hey, it's me.
Err.
Hey. And then they were like in the bush playing Game Boy. Or listening to a portable CD player.
Listening, yeah.
90s stuff.
Cool.
And then they were like, talk to the hand. Well, that's how it got. For years, the rubes worked. And then eventually people were like, is this your fucking hand?
Is that your fucking... Wait, hold on a minute.
Am I talking to a hand?
Did you mean... Wait.
What is going on? And then eventually, it's one of those things where it's like, go suck a fork or whatever the hell, Gag me with a spoon. It's like, no one's gonna gag you with a spoon. But it's referencing a time when people did gag people with spoons.
Yeah. Well.
All those Valley girls were just like into essence. They're just like, gag me with a spoon. Also, burn me in the arm with a cigarette.
I mean, it's just...
He's like, totally gag me with a spoon. Put me in a cage. Valley girl. Someone dressed like Cyndi Lauper. God damn. This hiccup just makes it sound like we have an excited girl in the room.
Hey, that's fine.
There's some 12-year-old who's...
Well, now it's not fine.
Well, it is argued, because in the Avengers, they keep talking about that thing that happened in New York. But then it's like, in the future, because the Marvel movies are huge. How many people saw the Marvel movies? Billions.
20 million?
How many people had a loved one die in 9/11?
10 million.
Smaller number.
Way
I bet. So history, thousands of years from now, people will be like, yeah, and then that thing happened in New York. And they'll be like, are you talking about...
Endgame?
You talking about Avengers Endgame? You talking about Avengers Endgame?
Right?
No, the thing that happened in New York. I was like, based on a thing? No.
He snapped.
For a thing from a movie. We're talking about 9/11. That Nicolas Cage movie? Or whatever, whoever's in that. Somebody.
Nicolas Cage isn't one of them.
World Trade Center.
World Trade.
I watched that movie thinking it would be like a sequel to like Wall Street.
Yeah.
I thought
now it's not just about Wall Street anymore.
It's World Trade.
World Trade.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh man, Gordon Gekko is gonna be like talking to a Chinese guy.
World Trade.
Fucking World Trade, man.
World Trade. Money never sleeps.
I was real excited. I was so pumped going. I was like wearing a suit. Big old suspicious briefcase. And they do a lot of cocaine in the Wall Street movies, so I was covered in weird dust.
I covered myself in dust.
And then everyone was like, who the fuck is this guy in the World Trade movie? And I was like, hey man, I'll buy and sell your ass. My dad used to work for a really good finance company.
I earned this.
In the center of Manhattan.
I earned this.
That's the Easter egg, is that my character. His father. He should know better.
He should know better.
Where was the World Trade? Is that in Manhattan?
No, it's in the Bronx.
Queens.
I actually have no idea, but I feel like Manhattan's the right answer.
It's where Nas grew up. How long before we have like post-apocalyptic like skyscraper projects?
I don't know, man. You stockpiling yet? How much water you got?
I got about
Purifier.
I got about 12 half cans of Pepsi. know you're thinking, Dan, that's not realistic. They're all gonna go flat. No, they're half-size cans.
Half-sized. For pleasure.
So I've got 6 cans.
6 cans.
But it'll last longer.
You got to think about the mathematics.
Hell yeah. Do you think people when they're doing their bunker are like, sure, I like strawberry ice cream now.
But what about after I see all that bloodshed?
They're calling up their dad, be like, how did your taste change as you aged? Because banana pudding it's got a great sale.
Doesn't seem appealing now.
Yeah. In my mind, this is too many pierogies.
It seems like a lot. It's a bulk sale. But they're pretty shelf stable. It's just potatoes.
Yeah. Apparently that's the thing people are doing now. This Christmas is this Christmas
pierogies.
America's
new
cutting
Christmas
back.
tradition. Pierogies.
We're all eating pierogies.
We're all doing it. No, what's going on this Christmas?
Sometimes people are like, "Oh, I eat really healthy and I'm new agey, so I use ghee butter."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You mean like a bunch of butter and onions to put on the pierogies?" That's what I'm using, man. Ghee
That's
butter.
What I'm using.
That sweet pierogi butter, my ghee butter. Got some caramelized onions, butter. Take the pierogi off the boil, throw it on the flat top.
Yeah, there you go.
And throw it in the butter and onion bath.
Delicious.
Delicious. I throw it on the flat top, which is just some kid I had. It was kind of good.
Just throw it at him.
He had a kid and play type hair.
He's supposed to catch him.
I have a hot plate resting on his dome. No, you got your ghee butter. No, for this Christmas I heard people are buying up all of the toys, and then they're trying to like flip toys.
Yeah.
Which it's like,
how much do you think I give for that Mr. Potato Head?
no, and it's like, is there a toy? You can't just buy all the toys.
Can't you just? Why do kids care about? I can't imagine a kid caring about a toy.
No, it's all on the internet.
It's all on the web. Just jack them in. Fucking, it's time we all made a decision. Get him into the metaverse.
I googled how to jack my kid.
How do I jack
my child in? Now you gotta be careful with the Matrix because those movies are coming back.
Yeah.
And everybody knows when those movies come back,
Trench coats.
School shooting jokes get less funny. There hasn't been a big mainstream thing in a while, has there, man? This is a dark episode.
Just this moment. I don't think it was that bad before.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, Gordon Ramsay's a convicted serial killer now. Who's in lighthearted bits. He got busted murdering Prince Andrew. And he kept making note. He said, I don't even care about the Epstein stuff.
I don't even care.
This is completely different.
Unrelated. Personal beef.
If anything, I like doing this because it means no one will ever be able to know the truth about that. Nah, man.
But, no, what was the thing that was dark? I can't even remember.
Something. What's a hacky dark premise? Something about that. No, man. People going to jail. I don't know. I'm just trying to think now. No. I saw a homeless guy earlier, a houseless person. What is the appropriate term?
I think it's houseless.
Okay.
These days.
I saw a houseless person with no pants on jacking off. And it was great because I was downtown on like Broadway and Brook, I think, or something. So it was like a heavily congested area, and then he's going nuts
Just
on the
nuts.
corner. And he's a big old smile. He was loving life. And then I'm like trying to turn, and this guy like blocks me, and then we're all in a red thing. And it was one of those moments where it was like, I guess it is good that out of all the cars, I'm the one stuck here.
Thank God.
Yeah, like I've got a lead pipe in my car. I'm not like a lady. I can easily roll my window up to block like cum or whatever.
And, you know, you're probably, well, I don't know how patient you would be in that situation.
Patient for the red light?
The guy to get out of the way.
Oh, no, you was just on the side.
Oh, you just on the side.
No, it was just regular traffic was blocking me, but it was one of those things where it was like, oh, I guess I'm stuck here next to this guy for a while. And then the next intersection, there's just like a regular houseless person not currently jacking off. With his, my favorite part was his ass out. Because like at the end of the day, it's just a grown man with his ass out.
Yeah.
In public wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
And you don't often see a Winnie the Pooh.
No, you don't.
With like a full beard.
It's not a public look.
Yeah, you aren't often like, that could be my dad's buddy. But he's got his fucking ass out.
I
under
wouldn't
his polo.
It's a different angle than usual.
Yeah. Nah, man, but the next guy I went to, he had some apples. Or he didn't have apples. I had apples. He said, you have any thing? And I was like, you want some apples? I got a few apples. And then he went, oh, thank you, man. And I went, do you want 3? I said, I have 3. Is that like too many? He was like, no. I said, I'll take them. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, you guys like giving people or whatever. And this moment I wanted to be like, go give an apple to that guy, man.
He needs some protein.
Will you do that for me?
Will you be the middleman between me and this masturbating man?
Sometimes that'll happen. I'll be like going to like a venue and I'll have like a little bit of food or whatever, and then I'll pass like a homeless person. I'll be like, do you want like this food? And I'll be like, oh no, I'm good. And then I'll be like, you probably know someone who would though. Like,
come on, haggle.
Come on, like
Take this.
You probably have a better hookup than me. I don't know my way around Morgantown.
I'm on my way somewhere.
Some vegan place gave me a free sandwich that sucks.
I don't want it.
I'm trying to convert it into heaven points. Come on, you dumb bitch. Are you not gonna fucking... You're not gonna help me go to heaven? Fucking selfish bitch.
Selfish bitch. Keep trying to get me to hell. Take the fucking sandwich. I was getting, I can't remember if I said this in the last one, but I was getting cigarettes at Five Brothers.
Hell yeah.
And they were...
what kind?
The cool kind, man.
Dude.
Coolest kind.
Camel 9s.
And they were...
I call them Camel 9 crushes.
They were kicking this guy
They
out.
aren't crushes, but I tend to find myself having a particular feeling towards the ladies that smoke them. No, man, the mayor of Cleveland is like a young dude. He's like a guy I know. I was in Kansas City the other day, and I was doing a transition. So you know the way a pro comedian would do transitions is you just bring up the topic and then go, what do you guys think of that? So I was doing that. I was like, everybody hates politics or whatever the fuck, and then no one's like reacting, and I was like, I guess you all just like love politicians. I forgot everyone in town's friends with the mayor, and then everyone starts laughing, and then I just kept like doing that type of thing. I was like, yeah, I forgot like the judge sells everyone weed, and everyone's laughing, and then afterwards people are like, how'd you know that thing about the mayor? And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, we just got a cool mayor. He's like everybody's buddy. We all know. And like multiple people are walking up there like, I texted the mayor that you said the thing. And then I was sitting there and I'm like, a kid I know from Cleveland happened to be in Kansas City. So then afterwards, he and I were getting like drinks at a bar, and I'm like telling him about that. And then I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? It's like weird. Like, what the hell kind of city gets a cool mayor? And then he's like, well, Cleveland just elected that guy who's like 35. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I know that guy. Then I realized that I myself know a mayor.
Know the cool mayor.
Cleveland is a cool mayor, and I know him. He went to my high school. We led the same dumb debating society.
Congratulations.
Junior state congratulations. That happened years ago. But thank you. And then you're making money going to school.
You're an amateur money launderer.
You're just pulling out cash from the ATM of life. And then all of a sudden, poof. You don't owe any of it. You don't owe any of it.
Fight Club.
You don't owe any none of it.
All of a sudden, you're fight clubbing.
All of a sudden, you're fucking hitting golf balls out of a factory or whatever the hell. Hanging out with Meatloaf.
All of a sudden, you know Meatloaf.
That is a fun
You're
one.
living the
Imagine
life.
someone like describing Fight Club and just being like,
You know Meatloaf.
it's a movie where like Meatloaf has tits. Have you
Meatloaf.
seen it? There's like two guys.
Two guys. And
Meatloaf has tits.
Meatloaf has tits.
It's
And
fucking,
they all want you to like know who he is.
the whole movie's green.
Everything's really green.
It's called Punch Drunk Love. And they should call that movie Punch Drunk Love. And then they could have called Punch Drunk Love Fight Club, which would have made sense. But
it would have been cool.
it was a thing that they could have done.
It couldn't have happened. Listen, it's possible.
Not every fucking. There's a reason it's Marvel What If, and not Marvel the thing they did. You know what I saw a photo of today? You think these people would ever interact? Well, I guess now you know because I'm the one that set it up. I saw
a picture of these two people together. Just give me your honest opinion if you think they'd ever hang out together.
Kenan Thompson and Chris Farley.
No, I buy that.
I guess Chris Farley did something on All That.
Yeah, that's
He gave back to the youth.
Give back to the youth.
That's
Give back
beautiful.
to the elderly.
Yeah.
Give back to the youth.
That'd be great. It's like there's
Give
like
back to everyone but himself.
oh yeah, Steve Martin and Kel in a sketch. Fucking
Martin Short and Amanda Bynes.
Mary Beth Danberger and Jonathan Winters did a fucking like they pretended to be fishing. Ladies and gentlemen, Mort Saul with TLC. TLC don't want no scrubs. They should use that song for like a thing where
like season 9 of Scrubs.
CBS comes out at like fucking Comic-Con or whatever the hell, and they're like, "Who's ready for our fall lineup?" It's playing No Scrubs. Like we fucking canceled it. Hope you're all ready for Community. A show by someone no one's heard of, starring no one any of you heard of. Except for wait, Chevy Chase is in it.
You ever heard of both The Soup and Chevy Chase? And they're both draws for you.
For fans of Chevy Chase and also yeah, there really is no one else on that.
And diversity.
You ready for Chevy Chase and youth? Nah, man, what a show. They gotta bring that show back.
Yeah, man.
Scrubs.
Season 10.
12 seasons and a theme park.
Donald Faison up to these days?
Dude, imagine. I bet that...
Lilith.
At this point, I bet JD probably has
Would
like...
be more of a J don't.
How about your J don't? But he's saying it through like a voice box because Dr. Cox is like fucking. He's like had a horrible train accident. How about it to change it? Don't, boy.
Yeah.
You look more like the Michelin Man.
Michelin Star Hospital.
More
No
like,
way.
More like the Michelin Man.
I don't care.
Coming up next on Kitchen Nightmare.
Untitled.
Dr. Kelso, you've got to pay your surgeons more, mate. Your surgeon and your doctors are living together.
What are they doing?
This week on the crossover
Hospital Nightmare.
Kitchen, we crossed over a fictional show with a reality show.
And Gordon Ramsay is going to show how sacred art should really be run.
We've gotten rid of the dead dog stuffed bit.
Terrible.
We brought in a new dog
Living.
to breathe some air into everything. You can hump Elliot's leg or something.
I don't know.
You're the writers.
I'm just here to turn the lights up a little bit.
Where are the writers, by the way? They swap shows. They're at your show coming up with funny menu item names. Pork swap. Yeah, because it's a pork chop, but it's plated the way the steak is plated.
Pork swap.
Pork swap. And then also like wife swap.
Wife swap, too. Like a TV
We're
show.
cross-promoting this with that.
We got a lot going on here.
We're doing fucking...
You have no idea how many fucking dishes I've had to make up that make any sense at all with any of it.
I'm actually not one of the writers for Scrubs. I'm actually one of the people from Wife Swap. But I've been traded within the trade.
If someone's talking about the next round in the draft, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Larry King is just here. We're saying, are you part of this? And he goes, I'm part of it all.
Starts talking about his friends in Mexico. I don't know what's happening.
Carlos Thin. He bought apples at, I think, $12 a bushel or something. No, man. Let's wrap it up.
All right, what do we got here?
War and Peace 2. They made a sequel?
I mean, you should see how the first one ends.
I've never seen that. So books, they print them like that? Like a 1 and 2?
If it's giant like that and they want to put them in cheap paper.
If it's big like one. So I guess somewhere out there's a Van Morrison is a wizard 1 and Van Morrison is a wizard 2. No, he floated up into his bed.
Yeah, I mean, I did that too.
And at one point, did you really?
Oh yeah, we all did.
Have you really? Because I remember reading it at an Applebee's while waiting for some friends to show up into my life.
I hacked into their ordering tablet and I was reading about magic.
No, this was way before you could do stuff like that. Ordering from tables. Or reading books online.
The future.
Imagine in the old days, it's like I read a book online. It's like your friend type it and email it to you. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What do you mean you fucking read a book online?
I read a book online.
You read a book about what a loser you are.
You read a book online.
Short.
How confusing is that in Britain? Because they say, like, instead of being like waiting in line, they say online.
Yeah.
So how confusing is that when they're like, I'm doing some shopping online, but then it's just a guy going through the line being like, peanuts.
I'm shopping online for inline skates. Online, inline.
I'm online for inline skates. Which is pretty in line with my online personality. Now you're just like, oh, I'm doing online shopping. But it's just you talking to the guy next to you in line being like, can I buy that fucking scarf?
I like your glasses.
Yeah.
Those prescription? No, just sunglasses.
He got busted having online sex. He was at the checkout at Kroger, fucking blowing a guy.
Trying to suck off the cart boy from the back cart.
Kevin! Your wife's like catching your ears, like, I know I should have deleted my cookies. That's what?
Huh? The fuck?
I knew the cookies would be my downfall.
I knew the cookies. I should have bought more cookies.
It'd be great to get like have like the reputation in like a writer's room as like, yeah, he'll just keep loudly saying things and trying to like make some sort of connect. He'll just be like, something with the online.
I don't know, online cookies, and then they're at a grocery store, so there's real cookies.
There's real cookies.
And there's something there.
Spam.
Maybe they got spam on a cookie.
Yeah.
And that's gross.
Searching the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
That could be like a how-to with John Wilson moment. Is he's like, when you're waiting online, and then he shows a line, and then he's like, sometimes you want to look at the web, and then he in the corner maybe there's like a spider web. I'm gonna submit a writing packet for that show. Like, hey, maybe you catch like a squirrel taking like a cracker away from something, and then you're like, but sometimes you're nuts for something else.
For for another thing.
Yeah.
You ever thought about being nuts for parking?
Maybe you could say, be like, have somebody like propose to somebody, and then you go hot dog, and then the camera pans and it's like a hot dog stand.
It's great. Somebody hire this guy.
And between that and the talk to the hand thing. Can you? That would be great to like become a New Yorker column or like a New York Times columnist. And
that would be great.
That would be awesome. You make like,
dude, you make like
$80,000 a year, and then you can have other jobs too. It's like fucking great.
Fantastic.
No, but your whole thing is like, I do bad comedy. It'll be like the Borowitz report, but I'm
gonna do it bad.
He does satire. Mine will be bad comedy.
Mine's bad.
Yeah, like people will read it and then be like, this sucks.
Ugh.
It'd be like a thing.
That's what the people like.
I'm just gonna.
People don't want to be happy anymore.
I want to hire some like 22-year-old Adderall addict to be my manager for that endeavor. People don't want entertainment anymore.
It's not what they want.
People want truth. And what is more true than an unedited, last-minute written observational piece where anything of quality will be omitted so it can be used elsewhere? No, that would be great. Why do we drive on driveways? Or the opposite. By Dan Alton. Or wait, the opposite.
Why do you drive in the driveway, but you get high on the highway? They both make sense. Why does everything make so much sense in this world?
It's like a fucking Hard Times Onion-esque headline. Observational comedian retires after he finally understands it all.
Imagine being Jerry Seinfeld and being like such a...
Yeah, it turns out there's a reason for everything.
I figured it out.
There's an explanation for everything.
I'm not telling any of you.
It all makes sense.
Go fuck yourselves. I don't know why I tried to keep entertaining you for so long. I should have enjoyed my children's lives.
No one ever answered any of my questions.
I don't know one ever will. Why do they call it a driveway?
I'm doing this interview while parasailing.
I got the windsurfing.
I can't get further away from the mic. Nah, man.
What about that for like a cool Howard Stern bit, like a parasail karaoke?
Parasail karaoke. It is a shame that...
Let's roll back the clock to 1997 and get that one.
Yeah.
Howard Stern live in Hawaii or something.
It's a shame that the Howard Stern arc and the whole like late night host just having people play games didn't interact. All right, so you're here promoting Scream 3. Let's get you on the thing. All right, Matthew Lillard.
Start singing.
Eric Andre should just like, do you think he just commits crimes all the time and then it's just like, it's for the show, and then drops the gallon of milk he was stealing and runs away?
It's for the
show. Hannibal, please drive the getaway car. It will make him work. Come on.
Just hold this GoPro and drive.
Eric Andre and Hannibal Buress are just robbing all of Hannibal Buress's tenants. It was like an apartment complex. Eric Andre is just running through like all the apartments like, wow! Just taking everyone's credit cards. He's like, I love living here. This is great.
I love this building.
6 months later, they're all evicted. Hey, 6 months is plenty of time.
6 months is plenty of time to rob someone blind.
6 months is enough time to, that is wild. You'll read about like people who scam shit, and then they'll be like, yeah, for 10 years no one knew what they did, and then he scammed like $5 million from a thing, and then no one knew what he did for like a long time. And it's like, that must be wild. The like, all right, it's been 10 years. I've made nothing. I'm really hoping this thing where I pretend to be a veterans association, but really I'm just a guy with a P.O. box. I'm really hoping this pays off. That's gotta be awesome.
To be a criminal.
It's just so funny because it's like the amount of success. It's like, yeah, you were more successful at that than probably at the actual Veterans Association. It doesn't work for the fucking Veterans Association. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like, hey everybody, I do a dog. Is your dog part of the union?
You got a union?
Is your dog part of the union?
That fucking thing union? You should go to the dog park and just accuse people's dogs. Just accuse dogs of being scabs.
Because that'll always pop up. You'll see comedians on like Facebook will be like, there should be a comedians union. Like, stuff like that will be like, oh, it's like the Me Too stuff or like shitty bookers or like money stuff. People are like, there should be like a comedians union, and then I should just start one and then abuse the hell out of it. Just become some fucking Tammany Hall style
megalomaniac lunatic.
Yeah. $50 a month dues. I'm just living in a fucking mansion. I haven't told a joke in years. Big fucking cigar.
You buy out the building from our old landlord.
Yeah.
I know you can't afford to fix the ceiling. I'll take it off your hand.
AOC's coming to me and she's like, I need someone to write a zinger for Ben Shapiro. And I'm like, we'll think about it.
I'll consider.
When's she gonna do Rogan? That would be, I think that it's probably illegal, but I do think it would be awesome if people were just straight up like, I will freaking just give you money if you vote for me.
Yeah, I think someone should just, not even that. Just like flat out bid maybe against the whole country.
Oh, I see.
If I'm president, then listen, I already got the...
That was my Trump Corona plan that he didn't listen for.
Yeah.
Instead, he just kept telling me to make memes. But
and
No, my Trump Corona plan was he should have gotten all his billionaire like friends and all these like alleged connection stuff, and just gotten them all to outside of the U.S. government fund stimulus stuff for people.
Yeah.
Just get like that fucking head of Arby's and this fucking some guy who owns a paint shop in Maryland or whatever the hell.
I think all those billionaires probably need to unionize and figure out a way to become the next president of the United States. Elect a figurehead.
Yeah.
And have Jeff Bezos run as
Do you think there's like a billionaire
leader of the billionaire union?
I think there's like a billionaire political cert, like a like a DSA type thing for billionaires, where they're all pretending like they're no, I totally fund shadowy. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely not just trying to get laid.
Right, yeah. Oh, you still have money in Liberia?
No.
Huh.
No, I don't even mean that. I mean they're like corrupt, like some guy who's hanging out with like Peter Thiel.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, yeah, I fund evil. No, you know what I mean? Some guy's like, yeah, I fund anti-climate change research. And then you're just like, man, I just like being rich.
I love it.
I just go see Sammy Hagar live a lot on a jet.
I didn't do shit for this money.
Everyone out here is all like, oh, we gotta fucking fund neoconservative YouTube pages or whatever the hell.
I don't know.
And I'm just like, I should buy a goddamn Pepsi machine in my garage. It'd be
I'm
cool.
gonna get a Pepsi machine. I'm gonna put beer in it.
It'd be fucking cool. I was thinking about that. We'll end after this second. I was thinking about, what do you think of this for a superhero movie or comic book or a novel?
Sure.
Are there any superhero novels? Like not in comics, just a book?
I don't know. I mean, kind of. Not really.
Of course, Dostoevsky's The Man from the Water.
The man.
Is an Aquaman.
The man of steel.
The man of aquatic. No, you got like
the Bat man.
Is a world where like superheroes are real and stuff? I know. If only.
That'd be so cool.
But then it's like you got some guys, so they're like, you know what I mean? They're like, whatever. So some guys in some small town, like Georgia, you know, Georgia, Bama, Carolina.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh yeah, I'll stop crime and stuff, whatever around here. And then someone like someone gives a speech or his mom says a thing or some shit, where she's like, you've just about stopped all the crime around here. There's people who need real help out there. Oh, maybe like a childhood friend of his moves to the big city, and then they get like brutally murdered or whatever the hell. And then he's like, oh, I guess I should move to the big city where I can be more useful. I got a calling or whatever. And then he moves to New York City. And then the movie is a fish out of water, this like southern small town guy in the big city. But also he's a superhero.
Yeah, sure. He's trying to make it.
Yeah.
Gets roped into flying for superhero shows.
Exactly. He's investigating like Kevin Hart for some reason, and then some comics like, yeah, Kevin Hart's gonna be at this show tonight.
Where?
He's popping in.
Where?
I must be there. He's pulling people out of taxi cabs, and he's like, this stranger tried to jump into your car. How dare you steal that businessman's sperm? Beating up a prostitute. I don't know what crime seems confused. This is the writing stage. Email us.
And the Patreons, they're gonna get full episodes.
Email us.
Whatever.
That would be great if we were at the end of every episode we just do 15 minutes of like a radio play. Not even like putting a lot of effort in, but just like this is what happens in the story this week. Like, fuck, I gotta tune in. Who the hell is Aunt Martha?
Aunt Martha?
She walked in the door and then they said,
there's a great creaky
but
noise.
that'll come next week. Now he's fish out of water, you know what I mean?
Yeah, drowning, dead.
How could a billionaire be bad?
He's got $1 billion.
He's got $1 billion. Oh my God. He meets a young, like, blue-haired, fucking, like, tattooed, like, you know, like, coffee shop worker.
Yeah.
And they're teaching him what's up.
She's got like a tip jar out that has like
Yeah.
some snarky thing about Jeff Bezos on it.
Yeah.
And he goes to tip and he's like, well, what's this mean?
What does this mean? Bezos?
Bezos. What's wrong with him?
Oh, that's it. The guy, someone disappears out in an alley, and they're like, he's like, rants. And then someone goes, that guy works for Amazon. And then he goes, well, get me a plane to Africa then. He thinks that's what Amazon is. And then like, the person with blue hair, like a leather jacket or whatever.
It's just yelling at him for the whole flight.
They're like, no, he works at Amazon. And then he's like, how'd you know that? He's Australian. I'm from the South. You know what I mean? And then the girl's like, she's like, no, he works at Amazon. It's like a company on the internet. And then he's like, you and I should team up.
You got the smarts.
We got a lot to teach each other.
You got the smarts.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You know all about the Amazon?
You know about stuff up here that I don't know about.
I don't know nothing about nothing.
I just know how to fly.
All I can
I
do.
know how to fly, and my eyes get real hot. I can melt with my eyes.
I got hot eyes.
Hot eyes, and I can fly.
That's all I got.
I don't know nothing about a slice of pizza.
Piece of slice.
What the hell?
Piece of slice of what?
A piece of slice. How are you gonna have a piece of a slice?
Piece of a slice of what?
What in the world? He's just in Albany. I thought this was a New York City.
Where's the city?
Where's the Big Apple? And then it shows him in New York City, and then he's still like, where's the Big Apple?
Where's the biggest apple?
Where's the Big Apple?
Where's the state fair?
From the apple orchards to the Big Apple. I'm looking for crime.
Show me Chrome.
You know where the real criminals are? Wall Street. These men are all in suits.
They look good.
Where's the crime?
These boys look like they already been proven innocent.
This one goes all the way to the top. I've got it. He just flies up to the top of the Empire State Building. They got away.
Darn.
There's no one up here. I flew
straight
real
through the
fast.
building. I went straight up.
Yeah. It must be about 3 football fields wide. And then the New York girl's like, what? And he's like, sorry, subway trains. And
Oh.
then they get it.
And then she drinks her smoothie. And he falls into like an open sewer grate. Flies out. Whoa!
Y'all got milkshakes? And then he spits it out and she goes, it's wheatgrass. And then he goes, y'all got milkshakes for humans? This sounds like it's for a cow.
I don't want no cow.
I'm not trying to have a cow milkshake.
I'm not trying to have a cow over
Have a
here.
cow, man.
But this seems more like it's for a cow.
We just got The Simpsons. We've had it for years, but collectively as a culture, we just got it.
We just finally clicked it.
We finally realized we aren't going to hell for watching it.
Religion's shifted a little bit towards our
I seen a
sensibility.
Bart t-shirt that said, have a cow, man, unlike them Hindus. They won't be having a cow. God wants us to eat cows.
That's why they looked at them.
He was like, snack it up.
Fucking chow down.
Snack it up, snack it in. You all know God. He popped down from heaven. He was like, snack it up, snack it in. Let me begin. I came to win, baby.
Do you think it was common knowledge that Young Dolph's full name was Adolf?
No, that was wild. So a rapper named Young Dolph, R.I.P., his name was Adolf.
Yeah.
Last name? Hitler. No, what was his I think his first name was Adolf and his last name was...
It's so weird having to say that. It's so weird having to be like, is Adolf something or other, and have to mean it.
Tonight on 11 o'clock news, Adolf has died, but people are sad.
This time.
Well, this time, it's a bummer.
This time, it's a sad Adolf.
This time, it's sad for everybody. I meant the opposite. This time, it's not sad for everybody. This time, it's happy for everybody.
Well, neither one's. I don't know.
Wait, I meant the opposite. I meant the opposite. He was on stage at open mic. If everything doesn't get a laugh, I meant the opposite.
I meant the opposite.
Okay, I meant the opposite.
I meant the opposite.
I meant the opposite.
Nah, that wasn't my joke.
Everybody, different thing.
It would be great if you just if a joke bombed and you just admitted to stealing it. You're
I stole it.
Man, I stole that from Daniel Tosh.
Well, that's what Bob Hope used to do.
I watched it. Did he really?
Well, not used to do, but that was one of his gags when he'd be like, these writers or whatever the hell.
Nah.
Or he would like pull out a card and stare at it again as if like, did I read this wrong? It's funny to imagine Bob Hope
revving up.
just making fun of someone who is bad at comedy. But that guy just got wrote out of history.
Yeah.
Bob Hope's the whole thing was like, I'm like bad at comedy. It's like, but Bob Hope's opener is just up there legitimately like sweating and fucking up jokes and like, oh sorry, I read this joke wrong.
Oh my god, this sucks.
And Bob Hope just goes out, makes fun of that guy.
Yeah, it sucks.
I read a joke wrong. Everyone's laughing. Everyone's laughing.
Everybody's just laughing. Just imagine that, folks. Everybody's laughing.
Yeah. No, I wrote a joke. No, I didn't. I thought if I bluffed, I could fucking one would pop into my brain. What is a joke? What's a classic joke type joke? Could be something about like
Joke.
Could be something about
Yeah, and he jumps. Oh wait, we never did do this. Or maybe I'll just say.
No, you have a joke book.
No, it's not a joke book, but I think.
Well, it's the Bible. It's definitely not a joke book.
No, I bought it. I bought it when I was in Detroit that one time, but it's it's too long to read on the phone.
Did you go to that bank?
I don't know if I saw that bank. Does it just look crazy?
Yeah. It's a cool building.
Yeah, it looked cool.
Inside.
Yeah. I didn't go inside.
No, then that's where it all is.
There's stuff on the outside too.
Yeah, maybe.
There's shit. It looks
Yeah,
weird.
like an ATM?
I don't even know if it was the bank. I don't know what you just kept saying the bank.
Oh, it's like a bank now. You gotta go to the bank.
But when I was there, some guy was driving a bird scooter in like the bike lane, and some dude was standing on the side of the street with like a drink in his hand, and as the dude was coming by, he just took the drink and just threw it in the guy's face. it was like downtown, like super busy, like the guy couldn't be like deal with that at all.
Yeah. Detroit style. I love it.
I think
What was the drinky thing? Hot coffee?
it was boiling water.
He is real mad at that
It was
guy.
hydrochloric acid. Melted that guy's face.
It was a different guy also named Adolf.
It was a different Adolf. But yeah, this guy wrote a book that's It's just a guy who thought he was funny in like the 1800s, and he's like, oh, you can say these at dinner parties if you want. It's funny stuff I said.
What are some of them?
They're all kind of long.
Oh man, yeah, I had this book that was funny things the president said, and it was all like 4 paragraphs to get to like a line.
Yeah, I know.
It's very frustrating.
I guess the whole idea is just
to understand this witty line Abe Lincoln said, you have to know that Virginia was not a state yet at the time. It's like, oh, he didn't just say like kombucha, hold the bucha, or something. He couldn't.
I met an ornithologist just before dinner, and as the conversation lagged, I sought to beguile him by talking about his hobby. That's the kind of shit you're getting. I met an ornithologist, and I wanted to beguile him.
That's great. How'd he do it? What does beguile mean?
Like, I don't know, like charm him?
Charm him. Yeah, so you ask him about birds.
Yeah.
Why is that a joke?
No, that wasn't the end of it. I'm just...
Oh.
They're all way too long.
I thought that was a joke.
I just mean it's like sentences and sentences of that, where it's just like, I
even kind of accepted that as a joke. Because I was like, in my mind...
Did you think beguile was like a bird or something?
Well, no. No. I'm not a fool. In my mind, he was like, oh, I wanted to amuse an ornithologist, so I asked him about birds. Because that fucking never happens.
Because ornithologists are fucking nerds.
They probably never get it. Wait, ornithologists are bird people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But like, you know what I mean? Like, so, oh, you want to know how to make an insurance salesman happy? Tell them they don't fucking suck.
Tell them they don't I bought a new radio license today, although I don't suppose I use my radio more than 20 times a year. Having full use of my vision and being able to read advertisements for coffee and soap in the newspapers at my leisure. This guy's hilarious.
That's good,
Imagine
man.
if we were at a dinner party and this guy started talking.
That guy's great. That'd be like, now that joke would be like, if I don't watch TV. If I wanted pop-up ads, I'd have the neighborhood. I'd have the paper boy throw the supplements at my face.
These days,
the neighborhood paper boy
just hit me as hard as he possibly could in the face.
I'm talking about headline news. I'm talking about the paper boy smacking me with the paper on my forehead. It leaves a mark.
Headline.
What was this guy's name? Argus Hamilton? Gomer Pyle. Artemis Pyle. Artemis Ward. Is his name Artemis at all?
Samuel Marchbanks.
Samuel Marchbanks? God damn.
Yeah, that's a good name.
More like Samuel march into the bank full of ones because he sold a lot of merch at the dinner party.
Anyways, I'm selling my leftovers after the show.
Anyways,
Still hungry.
Who wants a bumper sticker that says, Stagecoach is the rage coach?
Oh, this is a short one that is, I've already read this, very strange. On my way here this evening, I saw a girl sitting on the stoop of a house with a sign hanging over her head saying, live bait. They didn't catch me with that bait, though. Not pretty enough. And this guy's idea is like, just say this shit at parties. It's funny.
Just say you saw an ugly girl.
And you could have fucked her if you really wanted to. Because she was a prostitute. But she just wasn't pretty enough. That was your main problem. If she'd been a pretty whore, you would have been late to the party.
Some clueless guy at like a 1920s fancy dinner. I actually have a story. I one time saw an ugly girl under a sign that said, "We have worms." Wait, hold on. Where's my... Hold on.
Hold on a second. Where's
Hold
my
on a
copy of Marchbanks?
Fucking dude, they should have called this guy Year-Round Banks. This is a man of all seasons. I feel like this guy probably invented the throwing the clock out the window to see time flies joke, but it's probably like a full page and a half. And then he retorted,
Once upon a time.
"Well, why have you thrown your grandfather's pocket watch out of the stairwell window?"
Oh, he's got a whole thing about greeting cards. This guy
Hell
is
yeah.
just a regular fucking... I would love
Kevin Smith or Kevin James.
I would love to find a... That's a cartoon, yeah. That one's a cartoon. It's a sketch of greeting cards. I would love to like break all this down into plain English and like Da Vinci code it into realizing that Seinfeld read this book in
Yeah, that'd be great.
1963 and has just been translating it.
It's all in there, man.
Wait a minute.
My 4 friends and I decided that none of us shall masturbate for a week.
For a whole week.
Until my friend Beatrice saw Abe Lincoln's son.
One of these little columns of his is called Of Weeda Culture.
Hey.
Hey, man.
What are those bits like?
This has been a great day for me.
Just stone thoughts. This is my stone
This is
thoughts.
for when you're doing a dinner party at an opium dinner.
Yeah, man, the weed culture.
This has been a great day for me. This morning, the judges from the Horticultural Society arrived at the towers and made a tour of the grounds, murmuring with admiration. I was pleased by their approbation, but judged of my excitement when my name appeared in the prize list. Let me show you my citations. Finest show. Is this just him bragging now?
They named me coolest chap.
Yeah, then that's just a list of the awards he won.
They called me the Duke of Dale.
And now, at last, I have found a branch of gardening in which I excel. From now on, my course is clear, and the Marchbanks Weed Sanctuary begins tonight.
Oh.
I don't know.
That whole bit is him being like, I have a great garden. I cultivate all kinds of weeds.
It's just him, like, trying to, like, do something on the sly.
No, it's him being like, I suck at... It'd be like if you were like, I'm a great interior decorator. I work mostly in old Taco Bell wrappers.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. My car is a great paint job. It's got all the colors. Or whatever the fuck.
One of these is called Hyman Haste. Thy torch prepared.
That's about football. That's about a night game of football in the old days.
Yeah, the guy is, I mean, thank God he didn't fuck that prostitute.
You had a whole other section here called crabs. I don't think that girl's a prostitute. That probably was a bait shop.
And it was just a lady.
Yeah, she was just coincidentally out front.
She just happened to be sitting under a live bait sign.
Yeah. You know, one time I saw a garbage man drive by. He was picking up a lady on a date. I don't think this actually makes sense. The garbage man was in a garbage truck picking up a lady for a date. And then I saw her and I said, "Hey, you're supposed to get in the back." She was like trash.
So you're like on the route with him?
I don't know.
And you cock block your coworker like that?
I don't know. I think he's going to prom. And I'm his dad who's letting him drive the truck to prom. But I'm hanging on the side for safety reasons. And I'm giving this girl a hard time. I'm giving him a hard
I
time.
feel like someone I went to high school with probably proposed in some way that related to a garbage truck.
Hey, man. It's a nice truck to get in.
Garbage truck or something full of dirt.
Well, it's clean. It's a good car.
Something with like a elephant with I grew up in the circus.
Any truck can be a garbage truck.
It's true. It's true.
I drive a garbage truck. It's a filthy Ford
Sucks.
F-150.
It sucks, man. I let my dog piss in it.
Well, that's just part of being cool.
All
right, man.
right. Well,
Everybody listen to Zadie Smith audiobooks.
everyone listen to O Pioneers by Willa Cather.
Willett Cather?
Willa Cather.
Willa Ford.
Willa Ford.
I
Really?
want to be bad. She wants to be bad.
She wants to.
That's ridiculous.
All right. I don't even know.